All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Pudge Fernandez, here with another episode of Hot Pudge IG Live, Season 2, Episode number 2. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody here for the first time. Apparently, the guest that I have tonight seems to be pretty special because he pulled a lot of new people. So welcome to the Hot Pudge IG Live show. If it's your first time, thank you for showing up. I do this every week, 2 episodes a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually at 8 o'clock. This is my second season, but if you want to see the first season, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, Hot Pudge Sunday. Yes, Hot Pudge Sunday, as in the day of the week. You'll see all my season 1 videos there. I got a nice little segment called 6 Feet, 6 Questions. During the beginning of the pandemic, I was going around New York City interviewing different comedians. With Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens. I was all over the place. So check it out, Hot Pudge Sunday. I got the 6 Feet, 6 Questions. I got season 1 of Hot Pudge IG Lives, over 33 episodes. And a couple of Corona jokes. And what else do I got? Oh, some stand-up comedy. I forget. Sometimes, yes, I am a stand-up comic. Not performing lately. Basically, this is where I'm at. Anyway, so let's get started. Let's get started with my guest for the evening. A very, very special guy. I met him in 1997. I had just gotten out of active duty. I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas for 4 years. And I reported to the National Guard, Charlie Company, 1st of the 105th Infantry, out of Jamaica Armory. And I met the legend. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Raul Echevarria, also known as Etch.
Hello, everyone.
Etch. What's up, Etch?
What's going on, Papa? ¿Cómo está? All right, how are you?
I'm good. Excited to be here. I know you got a lot of people watching. And let me start off with this. I got to ask you this question. First, let me say, 33 years in the Army.
Yeah.
7 kids. Apparently, you don't like to pull out of anything.
No, listen, I can't. Listen, the money's good. They pay the insurance. I get paid a lot of money just to get on a computer and type things and spreadsheets. Listen, if they told me to shovel shit right now, I would whistle a happy tune and shovel shit for the amount of money the Army gives us these days,
So you totally promote the military or the Army and good. See, that's something I don't know. We always get good pay and military doesn't usually go in the same sentence.
Well,
but you got 33 years, so I imagine
it depends. I don't recommend the military for everyone. It's not for everyone. I'll tell you, I lucked out. I'm pretty much just the guy who joined the Army and managed to convince a whole lot of people for 30 years that I'm a soldier. Okay?
How old were you when you joined? 33. Were you 12?
I was 19. I'm 51 now.
You look good.
Thank you. I'm not going to suck your dick.
Not yet. That's another
Later.
show. That's another show. So, what came first, joining the military or the kids? Because you got 7.
I had the one.
Shout out
when
to
I was
Venganza.
19.
Thank you, Dulce. Thank you, Venganza. She gave us a shout out. Thank you for our service.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
And I don't know if she means military service.
I had my first when I was 19 with this side chick I had. She was a Pentecostal. She didn't know I was married at the time. And, yeah.
Wait a minute, 19? You had a side chick. I was barely trying to get a chick. I just wanted to get one chick, half a chick, any chick, and you already had a side chick. So you had a main one and a side chick at 19.
Well, no, it gets better than that. My first marriage was a polygamous marriage. So I had a wife. We had a second wife. And then on the side, I had this one chick.
So you had a wife, a second wife.
A second, correct.
And then a side chick.
Right.
At 19.
Yes.
and you became a soldier.
Yes.
Wow, I think you beat me. I thought I had it rough. I mean, at 20, I became a soldier, a husband, and a father within a 4-month period. That was totally nuts. But you became a soldier with a married and a side chick.
Correct.
and you had a kid on the way.
Correct.
You won. You beat me. You're the one.
Ah,
I thought I had it. I thought I had a rough start. Yeah,
nah, man.
salute to you, sir. So like, and that was so you were you go active duty right away?
No. I joined the reserves at first, and then then I joined the guard. I was with you guys in the infantry for quite some time. And then I just then I went full time. I think in '99, I went full time, and I've been doing it ever since, man. Believe it or not, I used to be a commodities broker for in Wall Street for a company called Bear Stearns. They went under during the whole crash and everything. And all those years in the military, they kept my trading license up until they went under.
You had a lot of occupations. I mean, you said commodity broker. When I met you, you were a DJ too.
Oh, yeah.
DJ Muévelo. By the way, you can check out his go to YouTube and punch in DJ Muévelo, and he's got a couple of like hour long. And my wife and I were listening to it, and it was a flashback, man. It was really cool. It was that Latin house music you hear in the club with the wepa and everything. So it was real cool.
Yeah, let me tell you, I used to DJ this genre of music called freestyle.
Yes.
Which was kind of like a Latin hip hop, a predecessor to the pop that you hear now.
Right.
I'll tell you, the music, in retrospect, the music was very needy. I have no idea how any of us got any pussy at the time listening to that horse shit. No.
You didn't like it?
No, I at the time I loved it, but at 51 listening to "There's No Reason for You to Cry," get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh, you're old. You get off my lawn now. You get off my lawn. I still listen to it. I do laps sometimes. I'll put on some freestyle just to reminisce, man. I remember the clubs, Emerald City.
Oh yeah,
Red Zone. I mean, old New York, because we're OG New York. We're OG.
Oh yeah, we're definitely OG New York. I'll tell you a quick story. I was at a club in the Bronx, and this chick called not Judy Torres, Little Susie was performing.
Little Susie, yeah.
Yeah, and she basically did her lyrics over a Planet Rock subbeat, right?
Right.
I go to this guy next to me. She's about 8 feet in front of me. There's a guy next to me, and I tell her, "Look at the camel toe on this chick right here, papa. ¿Qué tú vas a hacer con eso?" Yo, it was the girl's father.
Ill.
It was the girl's father, the singer's father, standing right next to me, bro. And he fucking slapped me. And I'll tell you, I stayed slapped because, dude, I just told him to check out his daughter's camel toe.
You have a knack for our getting into trouble.
Oh yeah, trouble followed me fucking all my life, man.
That's, and she was young too. She was what, 18?
Yeah, she's like 16, 17 years old at the time.
Pobrecita with a camel toe.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
And her dad slapped you.
Oh, mm-hmm.
All right, well, it's 1 degree of separation through a slap. That's how you do it back in the day. Now I know you're OG New York. You were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. I was raised in Brooklyn in Bushwick. As an adult, I moved to the Bronx, and I started moving around from there on.
How many?
Yeah.
You lived in basically all the boroughs, so you definitely.
Yeah, I did some time in Ridgewood, in Bushwick, in the Bronx. I moved up to Poughkeepsie at some point after one of the deployments, and in Long Island, and then back to Long Island. I live in military housing right now.
Now, right now, your rank is Chief Warrant Officer, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
But you started as a private.
I did. Yeah.
And you were an officer too, weren't you? Oh, did you?
No.
You never did officer.
I stayed. I'm in warrant officers. We're kind of like in limbo. We're above a sergeant major, but below a lieutenant.
Yeah.
With that really thin line of horse shit. But they leave us alone.
Because when I met you, you were E5. You were a sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
And you were actually headquarters platoon, right?
Uh, Charlie Company. I was in third platoon in
Oh, third
Charlie
platoon.
Company.
So you were actually, I don't remember, you were actually a grunt.
Yeah. I was in the infantry. I was an 11 Bravo.
Okay.
That's for you civilians out there.
Infantry. I remember, I tell you what, I spent 8 years total, 4 active and 4 guard. But
Hmm.
my top two platoons or companies were Charlie Company and Bravo when I was in the second of the seventh in Fort Hood. Like I've never, like I told people, I did 8 years, but I fell in between the wars, so I didn't get deployed. There was nothing going on. I fell in between 9/11 and Desert Storm. But if I ever had to go, I would have loved to go with either my platoon out of Fort Hood or with you guys and Charlie, because it was.
Oh, you would have had a blast with me, Pop. I was throwing fucking parties in Kuwait, parties in Iraq. We were getting shit faced. We were violating every fucking rule that they ever set out in the military, and we didn't give a fuck, man. We were just living our best life out there.
I was. See, I'm talking about going to combat and trust with the people you're with. You're talking parties. So yeah, and not for nothing, which is hilarious. Because here's the thing, but my platoon in Bravo 27 in Fort Hood, we
Hmm.
were like we had the hood and we had white trash. Like we had it was a and we had the cholos, so we were like a real mix of down and dirty, but we got the job done. It was a great, really great platoon, and like I love those guys and the whole company as a whole. And Charlie, what I loved about us was it was fucking New York City. I'm in a platoon in a company with Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens. I mean, I can imagine going to combat with these guys. And
Yeah.
and I think half our company was like we had cops and robbers in our platoons,
Mhm.
if you remember. So we had all from all New York City walks of life, and that's what made it fun. And you're talking about and talking about partying. Like I never deployed anywhere, but the only thing like I invaded was strip clubs with you guys. And yeah, whenever we went out training, we always managed to find a strip club. Shout out to the Plaza strip club out in Kingston, Canada.
That's right. That's right.
I don't. You remember? Yeah, you remember that one? So you're laughing because he remembers.
See, and you know what? I'm just gonna lay it out there. I'm a young 24 ish, 25. I get on this. I get on this stage with a stripper, and we just came from the field. We just said, "Fuck it." We left. We go to Canada.
We did our
We're
2 weeks, and they give us like
we're
this
at the
one day
strip
off.
club.
Yeah, the one day off.
The stripper pulls me up to the stage, and she tells me to pull down my pants. And I pull down my pants, and she goes, "Ah." Dude, I had a shit stain as long as my fucking arm.
Ouch! Not a good look.
It's just we never went back.
I don't think I was there for that one. I don't think I was there for that one. We, but you guys, I think every time the unit went up to Fort Drum and we
Yeah.
had our day off, we'd rent the van, cross the border, and we go to the Plaza strip club, and a lot of fun. And it was awesome. $5 lap dances. I don't know if you remember, which
Yeah.
was very reasonable
Yeah,
for
that was the $40 of the day.
everyone got a lap dance, and it was a blast. It was a blast, and a lot of drinking, a lot of drinking. I know. I know. I think the second time up there, we were banned, or they stopped us from going to a club because
Yeah.
apparently, I don't know. There's a history between the soldiers and going up there, Kingston,
Yeah.
Canada. I don't think they like us too much,
Mm.
but definitely
Yeah.
a good time. And then we hit a strip club in Iceland.
Yes.
There was a strip club in Iceland. We just man, I don't. This is peacetime. This is how we train hard. We train hard, and we're ready for anything. We're doing our duty and everything for our country. But when we're on downtime, when we're off, it's on. It's party. It's strip clubs, getting shit faced, trying to get laid. I mean, the stories from Fort Hood, and I can imagine, it's
Yeah. Remember that? Remember that bitch with the Down syndrome that we were trying to fuck up at Fort Drum?
Oh, oh, oh my
That
God.
Moreno Muslim that used to sell the carpets.
Oh shit. Oh my God. I forgot. All right, for those of you watching, so apparently we had off. Somebody hooked up with some local chick, went back to her place, and I think we all went, or
We all
some
went.
we all went. I didn't smash. I didn't smash.
I didn't smash either.
It was like we were jammed in a car. I don't. There was like I don't know. Like I'd say a squad element, a squad, maybe a fire team or team and a half maybe went up into this
There
girl's
was about
place
8 of us in that little car
in a little car,
going
and
to this chick with Down syndrome.
just for
That
people
her,
watching, she didn't really have Down syndrome. We didn't molest the handicapped.
she looked like she had some
She
Down
looked
syndrome.
like she
She
was a
just
regular
you know,
person.
she was just one chromosome away from biting that bullet, you know,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
being
and
fucking quirky.
but she was looking for it and she got it. Compliments to Charlie Company. I think she got it
Mhm.
from a couple of guys. I was in the next room, so I didn't. But yeah, somebody smashed it, and I think two people smashed it. I think, but I don't even know if we should be talking about this. This is one of
That shit is 20 years later, please.
yeah. I was like, holy shit! I remember that we went to somebody's house and somebody left. Oh my god! Never mind, never mind. But yeah, that was. I swear, there's no greater stories than military stories. It's like because it's like another
Yeah, listen,
level.
on all these military installations, when these soldiers deploy, all those wives, they are hungry for dick, and they don't care where they get it from.
I remember in Fort Hood, it was known that when somebody was deploying, like we used to go to NTC once a year out in the Mojave Desert, and all the units were rotating because we were mechanized. But it was a little known secret that when word got out of a unit leaving, then you knew
Hmm.
that unit's wives and girlfriends would be out and about. They would be out at the NCO club, the enlisted club, off post, and it was like game on. So yeah, it's like Sucio to the third degree.
Oh
and
yeah,
it was pretty hectic. I mean, there were threesomes in the barracks. There was girl. I mean, and those. Let me tell you, and there was those were wild bitches. Those we and you think like men are dogs, but those girls knew what they were doing. It was pretty crazy because it's like I remember meeting this one chick and she just asked me, who are you with? And I'm like, yeah, I'm with 2-7. Oh, you're right across the street from the Popeyes. What company are you in? I'm like in Bravo Company. Oh, you're on the second floor of the barracks. What platoon are you in? Oh, I'm in third platoon. Oh, you're between. Oh, do you know this? And it's like she had the map down. She knew everything about where I was and basically my bedroom, like the barracks. So she knew everything, and I was like, oh, this is like I said, Susia to the third degree. I was in shock, but it's like when you go into the woods, don't when the animals there that's their home. But when we go to a base, those women, that's their home, and they're just feeding off of us. It was like Cougarville. It was it was pretty nasty. I was like, whoa, but they know what they're doing. And when you're young in your 20s, it's all like it's a free for all. It was pretty nuts. I know a lot of friends who did a lot
and,
of things.
and in the military, man, a bitch will go from a Secaucus 4 to a 8 just by being on a military installation, man. Because let me tell you, thinking back, bro, those bitches are fucking ugly. Fugly, in fact.
There was also
And they were fat and just nasty, man. Some just nasty, nasty ass women, yo.
not for nothing. If
But we didn't give a fuck. We smashed anyway.
if you're a chick and
You
and,
know,
and you're in the mood,
pussy,
just
Halle
find
Berry pussy, and the bitch working at fucking Popeyes pussy, same thing.
if you were a female and you just wanted to, you were in the mood, just go to your local military base. No problem. Don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about your weight. Don't worry about nothing. It was crazy like that. They were hunting. I mean, it's like we sound like dogs and everything, but they were hunting. I remember fucking being in the back dock in Fort Hood, and it's like a whole avenue, like a Queens Boulevard, from one end to the other of battalions, and behind the battalion headquarters was the barracks, and behind the barracks was all the parking lots. And I would see girls just walking from one lot to the other, picking up guys and seeing who's around. They would just cruise the parking lot of our barracks, and they're cruising for soldiers and shit. And hilarious, hilarious. It was like, wow, we're in there. They're hunting us. So not, it is what it is. A lot of stories. Uh, Baby mamas, multiple babies, multiple gangbangs, a lot of hilarious. I mean, I woke up many times to my roommate having sex with a girl, and it was just like, oh, you guys are here. All right, don't mind me. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and dream something, and it was pretty hilarious. It's fucking fun, but it was life. That's. I hate to be promoting the military like that, but it was what it was.
Listen, the military did great things for me and my family, and I can't front, and I'll tell you, for me, it was the best decision I made. Because it was either that or jail.
También, yeah. I mean, I don't regret it one bit. My only regret is that I didn't stay. It was a weird ending for me when I decided to leave. It wasn't even a conscious. It wasn't even a real decision, because it was my window was open. You know that when you're 6 months away from your contract, you have this open window that allows you to negotiate if you want, if you're going to stay, and you can make some requests, and you can request a change of job, or request an air school, like airborne school, or whatever. It's your enlistment window, and that's when you decide. And my enlistment window was up, and I remember Corporal Struzaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going back and forth because he was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Listen, I lost track of that motherfucker. I thought he got killed in Fallujah, man. Somebody told me that nigga got shot, bit the bullet in Fallujah, Iraq, and then he fucking showed up out of nowhere about 6 months ago. He's been living in Puerto Rico this whole time.
Yeah, I miss him. I love him to death. He was a Polish heritage, but he spoke fluent Spanish.
So Polish Puerto Rican guy, yep.
And here's a twist. I report to Charlie Company, to you guys. He's my team leader, and it turns out that his day job was the same as mine. We both did loss prevention for retail. I was with Marshalls, and he was with Macy's. And come to find out that he applied for a promotion at a higher position at my chain, and he got hired and became my supervisor at Marshalls. So this motherfucker was my boss in the daytime and in the guard, which it was probably one of the coolest experiences, because it's the only time I ever got to curse my boss out, and it was okay. Because we go back and forth about shit, and because we had that bond, we understood. But yeah, I can curse at him, and it was totally cool. I don't know anybody else can do that with their bosses, but that's I guess the thing about the military. It's how we speak to each other. A little rough around the edges, but we get our point across, and we understand. Wifey doesn't
civilians,
like it.
When civilians watch us interact, they're like, do these guys hate each other? Do they love each other? Are they gonna fight? No.
No, we just shit on each other, and we tell them what's what.
Yeah, because we're all pieces of shit, and we shit on each other.
And the best part about being with you guys in the guard was,
which leads to the whole comedy, which leads to a comedy career for some people.
Yeah, and also because we were all New Yorkers, everybody was a shit talker. Everybody was a shit talker. We had cops, we had robbers, we had regular people, we had all students, and everyone was just talking shit. And it was just this, and we still got things done. We still followed orders, but we understood, our boundaries, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty cool. I was never able to talk to my NCOs in the regular army like I do, and the officers too, like I did in with you guys in the National Guard, because we were all fucking New York. We had a lieutenant from Brooklyn. I mean, I'd be like, "Fucking A, sir," fucking, and whatever, and he'd be like, "Well, fucking A, Pudge, just fucking suck it up." I'm like, "Shit, fuck," and he's like, "Oh well," But it was just the norm. It was pretty cool. It was kind of special. because I've never had any other job like that. So
So we tormented those lieutenants. Boy, let me tell you, there's still one left. He's a lieutenant colonel now, and he just hates everybody because of the shit we did to him when we were young.
which lieutenant was that?
I'm not gonna mention his name because there's a bunch of military people on this call right now. So
Well, officers get shit anyway, so it's all right. He's a lieutenant colonel. So what?
yeah, he may be my next boss. So tengo que tener cuidado.
Okay, go ahead, suave. Take it easy. Take it easy. Now you got seven kids.
Yeah, 7 kids.
What are their
I have
ages?
32, 25,
Wow.
9987.
Is that a phone number or is that the age?
The age 9987, and the baby.
99. Are those twins?
Yeah, they're twin boys. Yeah.
Oh, hot.
So the 998, they're from Barbados, and the 6, he's Jamaican, and the baby's Jamaican.
So you got Puerto Rican, Barbados, Puerto Rican, Jamaican mix going on.
Yeah.
All right. You like the Caribbean. So you're a Caribbean, Puerto Rican. You're staying with the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
And you're married now.
No. I'm not married. I am. Because nothing says love like a fucking contract that says, yeah, you're gonna be with this person for the rest of your life, and if you at some point you decide you don't want to be with this person no more, we're just gonna fuck you for the rest of your life. Fuck that.
You sound like you have a lot of pain. Have you got so?
I've been married before. That's why. Yes, I've been through a lot of pain.
So how many total marriages?
I had 2 marriages. I was married. I was married the first time in the polygamous marriage for 4 years. Then I left that, and then I went and I married the Pentecostal, who she eventually became a minister. I was married for 20 years, bro.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now,
And then I was like, you know what? Nah, man, I can't do this shit no more.
now you said the first marriage was polygamous.
Yeah.
That was legal?
Well, no, I was legally married to one person, but the other wife, obviously, I couldn't. Because it's not legal in New York. So,
Oh, okay.
but for all intents and purposes, she was my wife. So I had my 18-year-old wife and my 17-year-old wife, and we lived together, and we go through the same thing fucking monogamous people go through. Women get jealous.
But you had them both in the same house?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. And at one point, the other girl's uncle shot my ex-wife because they blamed her for making the other girl a lesbian.
Wow. There's a lot
So
there.
go figure.
Have you thought about writing a book?
The Book of Etch, yes.
The Book of Etch. Holy shit. And you're in a polygamous relationship with 2 wives in the same house, and you're only 20.
Yeah.
And holy shit. That's fucking crazy. There are a lot of guys that wish they were you.
From the outside, it seems that way because people are thinking, me, I'm the sexual aspect of it is the last thing on our mind. I'm thinking 1 household, 3 incomes, 2 people taking care of the house. Okay.
So it was comfortable.
Very, yeah. It was. It wasn't bad. It was new to me, and again, for all intents and purposes, how I handled it at the time, it wasn't too bad. It was, for the way I was handling it, it was not sustainable because we were all young.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because
one day I just decided I'm not going to do it anymore, and
because I was 20 married, and that shit was rough. With one. And I always say, like, being a father was a blessing that I loved, And being a soldier was something I was proud of, and I did and enjoyed. But being a husband, holy shit, that was the fucking hardest
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, listen, even now, I still compartmentalize my life in the same way. I have my job as a soldier. I treat it a certain way, but at the end of the day, I leave that in the office. I come home. I'm a father. I'm a father in two families right now because I'm only with one of these women. I'm not with the other woman,
Right.
but I do interact with her quite a bit because I have three children with her. Um, the first two are adults already. They're out living their own lives, so I don't have to deal with their mom that much anymore. But yeah, I mean it's I fatherhood for me, you know, came in quite well. It didn't, I didn't as a father, I don't think I have struggled. Um, I haven't struggled as a father, raising my kids. So it's been actually pretty good.
Venganza Dulce wants to know, and this will come. This is, I guess, it's for both of us, but maybe more for you. Were you
Uh-huh.
able to? Did we smoke? Were we able to smoke weed back in the day? I'm assuming that you smoked just for peace.
No, never. No, 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 no. There is absolutely no drug use in the United States Army, even today. None whatsoever.
All right. So
We
for
get tested all the time. Yes.
yes, for the record, Chief Warrant Officer Echevarria is still active duty, and he absolutely does not smoke or ever has smoked in his time in the military. For the record,
Mm.
I did. I did. Was smoking legal? No, this was back in '93 to '97. Smoking was not legal, and we got piss tests. We got piss tests. But being the creative soldiers that we are, and we adapt, we overcome, and we improvise, we knew how to play the game. So I wasn't an avid smoker, but we knew how. We know what to do. Like we'd wait for a piss test, and once we got tested, we knew we were good. So we'd smoke the next day. So that was one way. Another way was like I was saying before. Sometimes we got sent out to the Mojave Desert, which was a month little mini deployment, and
Hmm.
we knew we were going to be in the desert for a whole month. So like one particular year, we went in January. So before January was Christmas vacation. So we smoked the whole month of December. So everyone's away. There's not going to be more than likely there's no piss test because of all the holidays and shit. So we smoked the month of December, and then we got on a plane to the desert, and we knew we would sweat it out, and we'd be ready come February. So everything was timing. Everything was smoking legal? No. Was it happening? Absolutely. We just had to time it, be careful, make friends with the NCO in charge of the marijuana test, which is another gimme. If we were cool with the sergeant responsible for giving the test, he usually found out maybe 24, 48 hours before that the test was coming, and he give us a heads up. Like one time he gave us a heads up, like on a Thursday or Friday. He says, "Yo, Monday piss test. You motherfuckers better be ready."
Hmm.
So we come Friday after last formation, we'd shoot to the mall, go to the drugstore, and buy up all the fucking what was that? Niacin. Niacin was the big thing. I don't know if it still is. Allegedly, you buy a bunch of pills and it burns it, literally burns it out of your system. So yeah, niacin, vinegar, pickle juice. Some medics said penicillin. We just banging everything. We were just banging and swallowing everything. The niacin hurt the most though,
Hmm.
because I think niacin is it's a vitamin. You're just supposed to take one or two, but
Yeah.
because you want to burn the weed out of your system, you're popping a dozen, and you burn. You literally burn. It feels like a sunburn from the inside out.
Yeah.
One night I waited till the wifey went to bed with the baby, and I just
Hmm.
sat in the living room, popped a dozen, and just burned. I was just
Right. Right.
burning on the sofa, just watching TV, just because because it was a piss test. I don't know if my number was going to be called, but yeah, niacin used to be the big thing. Pop a dozen, it's going to get hot. You're going to burn, but apparently it
Yeah.
works.
We have them every month, and when your name comes up, your name comes up, and if you come up hot, oh well,
Yeah,
gotta pay the piper. Me, I don't, dude. I'll tell you, I don't get inebriated. I don't get high. It's my personality just doesn't allow it. I have too strong of a personality to allow any kind of weakness in my life. So, and that's why let me tell you, I got a strong woman, and I'm gonna tell you, this bitch, she's strong, and I think she's the one I'm gonna cheat on for the rest of my life because
a happy
uh,
ending,
oh yeah,
the good happy ending, not the other
oh
happy
yeah,
ending. By the way, shout out to Dulce. She's a sucia. Okay,
oh, yeah. That's my Susia
she's a
there. Yeah,
sucia. I see her. No, she's cool.
she's up in Boston or Massachusetts somewhere.
Okay, welcome all sucias. Shout out to Dulce Venganza. Because I was going like this, and she thought I was doing no Dulce pills. I was popping pills and medicine. Okay,
Yeah, we're doing that later.
I was yeah maybe yeah. That's the Navy. That's the Navy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of weed smoking, and it was good times. I mean, we had one guy. Some guys can't stop, or some guys just love it so much. He took it
Yeah.
with him to the field. I remember one time we were like moving through Fort Hood in the back of a Bradley,
Mm-hmm.
and in the middle of the night, we just stop, kind of a listening halt. We dismount. We go out into the woods. We're pulling security. He's next to me to my right, and I'm there with the saw gun, and he's like, Fernandez, cover me while I move. And I'm like, at that time, oh, you taking a piss? He's like, no. And then he pulls out of his pocket a fucking blunt. I'm like, gee, I was a private. I was a fucking like E2, and I was like, this motherfucker.
No, and we have people like that, and we're jumping out of a fucking helicopter with just niggas are high as fuck, jumping out of helicopters with guns and live ammunition.
It's hilarious. I don't think people realize. I always felt like the military was another level. Whatever there is in the civilian world, we have it in the military, just at like another level. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, prostitution, it's just a whole. I mean, it's fucking nuts. Steroids. I mean, everybody was popping, juicing, smoking, drinking, sexing. It was like a whole new level. It was like I was pretty amazed. I was pretty, the only bad habit I picked up was I think the alcohol. Because God, we can fucking drink. Holy shit! I remember it was somebody's birthday, and we went to the Class 6. Class 6 is the liquor store in the Army, and we just loaded up, went back to the barracks, and we partied all night. I passed out. This was the gin and juice days. Remember Snoop Dogg? His first album dropped, and everybody was about the gin and juice. So we got a fucking dude. I passed out on that fucking shit. Woke up the next morning. The music is still banging throughout the barracks. I stumble into somebody's room, and they're like, "You want breakfast?" I'm like, "Yeah." They throw me a beer. It's like, "Welcome to the infantry," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" That was like, hey, I was a private. I did what I was told. It was a lot of fun.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I officially started in '05, so 15 years.
Wow.
15 years. It's something that's been inside me, basically as I was a kid and growing up, and something I wanted. But when I was 20 and I joined the Army and became a dad, that dream kind of took a left turn for a while.
Gotcha.
It took a big left turn for a while. It wasn't until later on that it kind of came back, and I said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, for me, I never thought about stand up. I've always been a supporter of comedy. I tried, I go to the shows. I support the artists. I try to go to a lot of the shows. When we were having the shows and stuff, when the shows were out there, and because comedy is it's what's keeping us from killing everybody.
I'm shocked that there's not I don't see too many, like, I would expect more soldiers to be comics, because, like you said, under like right now, and it's the running joke within the military. Like everyone's panicking and the pandemic and shut down, but us military guys will be like, yeah, so what? Like we know what so what? This is nothing. Like really, really, because
Bullshit. Try to write a joke and then come back to me, because let me tell you, I don't consider myself a comedian. I can have a funny conversation with someone, but to sit down and actually write a joke, that's not easy, man.
it's a science.
It is a science,
There's
yeah.
an actual formula. Yeah, yeah, and
I mean, I just run a fucking meme page here on fucking Instagram, and yeah, make people laugh, but that's just stuff that,
yeah.
I'm pulling from other sources, you know?
Yeah, like I said, we were in the military. We were hilarious. I mean, we just under the amount of the conditions we were under, and
Oh, yeah.
training, and the stress, and you throw in the weather, because we did everything in the under rain, snow, sleet, fucking.
Mhm.
I mean, I got caught up in tornadoes in Fort Hood. We were. It was fucking nuts. And yeah, we make each other laugh. So I'm surprised there isn't more military comedians, because we were, holy shit, we just make things up. Everybody was a stand up everywhere I went. We just made shit up and made each other laugh. It was like it was a really bonding thing, and it helped out. It helped out, and it's important now. That's why, yeah, you're right. Under these conditions, one of the battles going on in New York City is they shut down the comedy clubs, and it's like, what the fuck? Where how we're supposed to be entertaining people, making
Yeah,
people forget.
yeah. Go up to Connecticut, man. Those people up there, they don't give a fuck. They're living their best life. I've been to a few shows up there, with Lynette Palladino, which, she's another soldier that's been doing stand up for a few years.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the few shows I did during the pandemic was in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun.
Okay.
I was doing a competition up there. They had everything regulated. Everybody was spread out, masks on, and they had us separated. So it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit difficult. And they open up the bowling alleys, they open up the malls, but not comedy clubs. Like we should be on the front line. You know what I'm saying, as far as mental health.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like we should be deployed. Comedians should be deploying all over the fucking country to make people laugh and forget. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right now we're in a second shutdown. It's going to be a long winter. It's going to be a very long winter.
So you're saying I picked the wrong time to try to start a comedic career?
Well, I don't know if people know this, but you jumped on stage. You did an open mic with me. A couple of weeks ago, about a month ago. How did it feel?
Yeah. Huh?
How did it feel jumping on stage with a mic?
Oh, it was brutal. Let me tell you, I wanted to do it because I love to feel uncomfortable. Listen to me. When a comedian bombs, right? I start laughing, and because just that uncomfortableness, and the people watching you and feeling bad for you, it's just fucking hilarious. But hey, I got up, I did it for the first time. I'm gonna do it again. Whenever this whole thing ends and time permits.
Yeah,
But
you'll get around to it, and I'm glad that you're honest and you realize how hard it is. And you said
us having a conversation right now, and me, ragging on you and fucking, making each other laugh is one thing, but getting on a stage and making an audience laugh. I mean, when I got up there, I had the guys here on the right, booing me, but then I had the people on the left laughing.
Well,
because they were pieces of shit just like me, so they were laughing at my jokes.
Or laughing at you.
No, they were laughing at the joke.
It's a crazy twist. You don't know. You think they're laughing with you. I know that feeling. I'm like, oh my god, they're laughing at my jokes. No, they're laughing at me because I'm fucking sweating, and they know I suck. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad you said that. It's hard writing. The action, you have to learn how to write. It is a formula, which, by the way, I gave you homework to do. I told you to buy a book, learn the formula, and start writing. Have you been doing your homework?
Yes, I have. I do it on my phone. I keep the notes. Um, whenever a funny thought or a horrific thought comes to mind, I immediately,
Okay. You're
put it on my
collecting it.
phone
You're collecting it.
and
Good. Good.
collecting it. Yeah, and then I try to, give it a little structure whenever I can here and there,
That's the key.
and I
It's
think
the
I'm gonna
structure.
start. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try a Zoom thing and see how that goes, and see if I can make. I know it's gonna be hard making people laugh online.
Yeah, Zoom sucks.
Yeah,
Zoom. Yeah, it's not the same. I'm fit. Some comedians are swimming. They're like Zoom is that's they found their niche and that's cool. But for a lot of us, it's like it's because it's all about the feeling. It's all about the
right,
emotion. It's all about
right.
the visual and the listening and the emotion, and you don't get that from Zoom. So
Yeah.
but yeah, we will be opening up eventually. The mics are opening up. So and you're gonna make a comeback. You're gonna come back again.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
So let me ask you: you
Yeah.
doing your homework?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
okay? So first pop quiz. What is the formula? What is the formula of a joke?
Premise,
Premise,
right?
premise.
Premise, punchline, and
Ah,
wait.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Uh,
I ought to drop you. I fucking taught you this shit. I told you to buy.
uh,
You're all over the place.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's the premise, the setup, and then the
Set
punch
up and the punchline.
and the punchline. Very good, very good. Mother. Shout out to comedy Pete. Pete said you did great. He was there at the open mic.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Comedy Pete. He was there. He said
I
you were great.
remember Pete. Yeah, he was a cool guy. He was struggling on his set a little bit, but he made me laugh.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's been around a couple of years and he's making waves. So it takes a lot of time. It's not easy.
Yeah,
It's not easy. And I mean, I've been
and,
15 years and
I'm at the end of a mediocre military career, and that I'm gonna have the time now. So
no, I was going to say one of the hardest things, and what I always talk to young comedians is if you're single with no ties, you're good. When you have a family and you got kids, it's fucking difficult, crazy hard because now you got to split your.
but
That's kind
but
of
at the same time, and those young guys have to, they have to really get their shit tight because again, yes, you're right. They're
but
single, they have no ties, but they also have no fucking money.
yeah, well they have the
They're
time
broke.
and they have the time. Yeah, exactly. They don't have bills. When I first started, I was in the open mic scene and I was doing about 20 to 25 open mics a month.
Wow, and
No,
that's what I'm looking for.
then it's really not a wow. It's not a wow. It's just me. I was doing 20 to 25 because I was married with kids. All my other comedians, all my friends and colleagues, they were doing 30 to 40 to 45 mics a month because they were young, they were single, they had the time. So I was just barely. I had to work extra hard to make some kind of a structure so I can get my time. Wifey didn't like it, but I did what I had to do. The best advice I got was from John Leguizamo. I had the opportunity to meet him years back. I was a bouncer at a club in the city, and we were there early for a private show for some magazine, and he was speaking at this party, and I didn't know he was going to be there. He showed up. We started shooting the shit. He was mad cool. He's totally the way you see him is the way he is, down to earth, cool, shooting the shit. We're going back and forth. I tell him I'm a comedian, and I just like every comic, I ask him, "Hey, any advice?" And he was like the same response everyone else gives: stage time, stage time, stage time. You got to hit the stage every day, every night. And I got a little sad, and I told him, "Yo, John, I know this. I know this. The problem is, I got a family." And he responded, "That sucks." He was like, "Well, that sucks. You should,
Yeah.
it's a single man's game." And he just closed it by saying, "Listen," he told me, "you're still going to make it. It's just going to take you longer." So I was like, that's kind of, I always keep that with me. Like I'm still fighting, struggling, and I'm just not moving as fast for whatever, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it is possible. And the fact that you're retiring soon, you're
Yeah.
gonna have it. So yeah, you can definitely start real soon.
the one comedian that put me in that same direction, because my act is going to be mostly relationship based, and there was this guy called Patrice O'Neill,
Oh,
fat guy.
yeah.
Patrice died about 9 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and this guy had it tight. And I saw him. I went to one of his tapings. I went to his taping called "Elephant in the Room."
Oh, we saw that live?
I went to the taping
Oh
of
shit.
that show. That was like just weeks before he died, and I met him. Really, great guy, funny guy. And he had this side thing on XM called the Black Phillip Show,
Yes, he did. Yeah.
and it was a relationship show. And I'll tell him that. Listen, I've pretty much been doing everything you say on your show, and that's and women love me. I don't know why they're giving me pussy, because if I came to me if I came to me and asked for pussy, say get the fuck away from me. Because now,
I agree. I wouldn't come for you for pussy.
but
I wouldn't.
I always had the fear of abandonment, right? And he says to me, right now, you have a favorite pen, right? If you lost your favorite pen, what would happen?
You get another.
So now, if a woman walked out of your life right now, what would change? Pretty not much. So kind of like your favorite pen. If you lost your favorite pen, you'd be like, oh shit, I lost my favorite pen. So if a woman walks out of your life, you treat it as you lost your favorite pen. Yeah, you're gonna miss your favorite pen, but
I wish.
just fucking go buy another one.
I wish I knew you when I was a teenager, because I never got any lessons like that about women. I probably would have been more successful with the vagina if I had someone giving me advice. But that's another story.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of beautiful women who gave me pussy who had no business doing that.
But
It's
what
like
is it? What is it? What's the magnet? Is it your talk?
I think the magnet was my overconfidence. I mean, like for the amount of confidence I have, my dick is not that big.
Okay.
My dick is not that big for the amount of confidence that I have. So I'm overconfident and I guess oversecure. Just a level of security within myself that I'm so insecure that it goes full circle into security.
I say I was the opposite. I was like very insecure, very scared with a big dick. So I was just
There you go. You see, you were insecure, but you had the big dick.
but you
Me, I gotta lie to bitches, bro.
but you got more pussy.
Because I lie to bitches. I don't care. And you know why? I lie to a woman, and I'll tell you why. There have been thousands of poems and songs and sonnets about men like me, yet they keep making the same mistakes and dating an asshole like me. So, yo no le cojo pena. I'm not sorry for them.
I've heard that a lot. For some reason, women like the asshole. Like
Yeah,
they don't like
I mean,
the good
listen,
guy.
my girl, God bless her. Let me tell you, this bitch, she's a real MVP. I told her from the get-go what I am, who I am. If someone gives me pussy, money, or food, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you said you. I spoke to you the other day, and you had a funny line. My wife overheard it. She didn't agree, but
What was that?
like your wife knows. If someone offers me free pussy, free blowjob, free money, I'm taking it. Like you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she knew that from the get-go.
Wow. That's
So
well. They can't say you're not honest.
exactly.
We got to
I
wrap.
didn't lie.
Unfortunately, we got to wrap this up because there's a time limit. So
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah, it's Instagram. It's not me. But when I get my podcast going, we'll have more time, and I'll bring you
All
back.
right.
So first things first. You have 7 kids. Are you gonna have any more?
One more.
Oh shit! She's pregnant.
Nah, because my girl, she's 32 right now. I'll probably put one more in her by the time she's 35 and call it a day.
How many boys? How many girls?
6 boys, 1 girl.
Oh wow! You got a lot of macho men. There's little etches everywhere.
There's a lot of testosterone.
There's a lot of little etches running around New York City. Holy shit! I got a daughter. I'll let her know. No etches in my house. No etches in my house. So all right. So you're gonna have one more. Now, as far as your military, 33 years, right?
Yeah.
How many more before you retire?
Maybe another 6, and I'll call it a day. 5 or 6 depends.
All right. So 5 or 6 years. All right. So you got the wifey. She's a lock. You're gonna have one more kid. 5 to 6 years, you're gonna retire, and the comedy is gonna happen.
Oh, damn right.
You're gonna go. You're gonna hit the stage. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna school you. Do your fucking homework, and you're gonna do comedy. You're gonna take that leap.
Yep.
I tell you, when most people tell me they want to do comedy, I try to talk them out of it. I tell them, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an astronaut. That's easy. Comedy is hard, and it's difficult, and it's like a roller coaster from hell. But because you're 33 years of service, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I listen.
Something about the military, it just makes us, it toughens us. So you'll be okay. You're gonna get booed a lot, but you'll be okay.
What's the boo gonna do?
It's like the pen. I love your attitude. It's like, what's the boo gonna do? What if you lose your pen?
Is it gonna cut me? Am I gonna bleed? All I can do is either make somebody laugh or not make somebody laugh. Maybe that person that's not laughing right then, they're having a bad day. It has nothing to do with me. I'm a funny motherfucker. Bitch, you laugh.
I'm gonna fire my therapist and just call you once a week because I love your advice. Just the attitude. I think that's what I needed. That's what I needed. Anyway, so you heard it here first. Raul, Chief Warrant Officer Echevarria, will be making his debut sometime in 2021. So stay tuned, and hey, we'll make it a show. We'll invite some friends, some veterans, and we'll make it a show. But you got to do your homework.
All right, brother.
You all right? I'm gonna take you to fucking boot camp, the basic training of comedy. I'm gonna fucking drill your ass.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, man. Hey, listen, thanks for jumping on.
Hey, no problem, man.
And God bless. And listen, I want to go hook up and have a cigar with you at the cigar bar you told me about.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to come up on Saturday, you know what? Everybody, come up on Saturday to the Matador Cigar Shop up in Roslyn, New York. If you're in New York City.
All right, I'm gonna hit you up before then.
All right, Papa.
We'll make a point. Thank you, man.
All right. Hey, take care.
Take care,
Bye.
Etch. All right. Whoa. This motherfucker's got a life. Holy shit. Raul Echevarria, Chief Warrant Officer, Echevarria, United States Army. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to say. 7 kids, another one coming soon. Babies, mamas all over the place. 33 years in the service. This motherfucker needs a book and fucking my biopic for sure. But thank you for coming on, Etch. Much appreciated. I'm gonna hit you up. Hopefully, I'll be out there Saturday night. We'll have a cigar, talk some more shit. Thank you for everybody for watching Hot Pudge IG Live. This is season 2. Every week, I'm gonna have episodes on Tuesdays, Thursdays. So follow me, 8:00, and go to Hot Pudge Sunday. Subscribe, because if you miss a video, they're all going over there. Hot Pudge Sunday on YouTube. Again, I got season 2. I got season 1. I got some Corona jokes. I got some stand-up. And, hey, you never know. I don't know. Whatever else comes into my fucking brain, I'm going to put it on YouTube. And it's all going to lead to a podcast. That's what I'm working up to. So, anyway, long story short, thank you. Thank you for following. See you guys next week. Remember, Hot Pudge Sunday. Check out my YouTube channel for this show and all the other episodes that you missed in the past. All right? Be cool. Stay safe.